friends. One last cool down for the week. Today was leg day. So we're gonna cool down those legs. I hate getting footprints all over my yoga mat with my shoes on, but that's okay. So we are actually gonna start standing up again, and we're gonna start by stepping our right foot back. So feet are hips distance apart. Draw that belly button in towards the spine, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and then we're just gonna step back with that right foot. To start, that right heel is up and pressing towards the back of the room. What we're gonna do is make sure that when we step back, we don't step back so far that we can't get the heel down. So we're gonna press that heel down, and then we're just gonna hinge the weight forward and start to press into that back heel to stretch out the back side of that right leg. Breathe into it. And then rise up. And then we'll just do the other leg. So we're gonna step back with the left leg. Again, not stepping back so far that we can't get that heel down. So get the heel down to start, and then hinge and press that left heel into the floor to stretch out the back side of the left leg. Rise back up. Then we're gonna take that right leg and we're gonna sit it in front of us. Right toes point up. Find that balance, and then start to sit the hips back. So as you sit the hips back, you start to hinge the body forward. Maybe you can reach for the toe. Maybe you can reach for the floor. You just want to make sure that the stretch is coming in the back side of that hamstring, through the back of the leg. Inhale, come up. Other leg. So step that left foot forward. Heels on the ground, toes point up. Start by getting that nice length in the spine, then sit the hips back. And as you sit the hips back, the upper body will naturally hinge forward. You don't have to go down. If this is where you feel it, you can stay right there. But if you're not feeling it, you just increase the hinge. Maybe reach for the toes. Maybe even pull back on the toes. If you pull back on the toes, you might feel that stretch more in the calf. Inhale, rise up. And then we'll take some lunge. So we'll step back again with that right foot. Only this time we're gonna step back nice and far so that we can lower that right knee down to the floor. We're gonna do the same stretch that I think we did in our cardio cool down. So left knee stacked over left ankle, and we're just gonna start with a little baby tilt of the tailbone. So you'll notice it's not a big movement, but when I tuck my tailbone forward, it's pulling across the front side of this right leg through the right hip flexor. And wiggle that left foot forward. Maybe hinge a little bit further into that stretch. And as we do that, we're going to scoop the hands up. Maybe even a little baby back bend to pull through that right front flexor. Exhale, the hands come down. Inhale, we straighten that left leg. Point that left toe up. If you have to help it forward a little bit, that's okay. And then just feel that stretch on the opposite leg. Inhale, bend, plant that right hand, open arm twist towards that front leg. Exhale, that hand comes down, tuck the toe, lift up, and now we're in a runner's lunge. I'm gonna come back to my mat because I'm slipping. But in that runner's lunge, again, we wanna make sure we have that alignment first. And now instead of our knee being down, our knee is just up. We're gonna take the hands inside of the feet. So kind of a lizard lunge here, gently rock back and forth. And we'll inhale that left arm up. Exhale, we're gonna tap or elbow tap. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. There's delta again. Inhale, exhale. And we'll plant that hand, straighten that left leg out, send the toes up, hips back, just to stretch out the back side of that leg. Then we can bend. Just bring that right foot up, roll up, and we'll repeat all of that on the other leg. So we start by stepping back with that left foot into that lunge, taking it back so that we can bring that leg down. So left knee is down on the floor, right knee aligned over the top of the right ankle. We get that 90-90 shape start by just tucking the tailbone forward. So get that hip flexor stretch on the left side. Breathe. And we'll bring that left foot out a little bit, come a little bit lower into that stretch. Inhale, both arms up. Maybe a little back bend, so again, pulling through the front side of that hip flexor. Exhale, the hands come down. Inhale, twist. Exhale, that hand can come down. We're gonna tuck that toe, lift up. So again, we're in that runner's lunge. This time taking the hands on the inside of the feet. So lizard lunge, and we inhale. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale, tap. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale, exhale, tap. Come back up, straighten that right leg, point the right toes up, send the hips back. So a nice stretch on the back side of that right leg. Come back into the lunge so that we can step that left foot back forward. And then we're gonna sit down into that malasana. So yogi squat, if you can't get down this far, that's okay. Just keep working your way into it. So you might be up here. You can also always take a block and sit your bottom down on top of it just to help. But you take the hands in prayer so that you can press the elbows into the insides of the legs to open up the hips. And then we'll reach with the right hand, open twist towards the left. Exhale through center, reach with the left hand. Inhale, open up for the right. Exhale through center, plant the hands, lift the hips. Really try to straighten out the legs as you let the chest fall for a nice open leg twist. Shake the head out, maybe nod the head. And while we're here, we're gonna take the feet out even wider so that we can sit down into Skandasana, or side squat. So we want to try to keep our heel flat on the floor as we sit down into the side, left toes point up. Again, you might be up here. That's okay. As your hips open, you'll get to where you can get into that spot. You just want to try not to be forward and on your toes. So you want to be sitting back towards the heel. And then you can plant the hands, walk over to the other side. So the bottom sits towards that left heel, right toes come up. Again, you can take prayer hands, you can have your hands on the floor, wherever you feel comfortable. The stretch is about this groin muscle here. Come back up through center, go back over to the right one more time. Come back up, go to the left one more time. Come back up through center, pigeon those toes in just a little bit. Let the head fall. Inhale, halfway lift so that you can bring the feet in and come down to the knees. So from the knees, we're going to take the left leg out straight. We're going to try to align the left heel with the right knee. I like to tuck my toes here, so my right toes are tucked under. And we're just going to gently rock back and forth. Just opening through the groin muscle. And if you're not feeling that, you can also take that left foot out a little bit further, creating a little bit of a diagonal with the legs, and then sit down. You can have stillness here, or you can move gently, rocking back and forth, feeling the opening through the groin muscle on the inside of that left thigh. And while we're here, because I love twists, we're just gonna go ahead and take a little twist out the back. So we're gonna take this right hand, thread it through, reach towards the left toes, lower the right shoulder down, right ear comes down, inhale that left arm up if you can. If not, you can just press into that hand. Maybe take a bind, opening the chest. If you're in the bind, inhale that right arm or left arm comes back up. Exhale, it comes down. Inhale, you unwind, and then we just go to the other side. So we come back through tabletop. Extend that right leg out, so your right toes are pointing towards the front of the room. Again, I like to tuck my toes, but it's up to you. So this left side, I've got my toes tucked. And then keeping the foot flat, we're just rocking back and forth. We're finding stillness, and again, if you can't quite feel it, you can extend that right leg out a little bit, creating more of a diagonal. Sitting back and forth, or just sitting back and holding. And we'll come up through center, take that twist. So the left hand will thread behind the right. We lower the left shoulder to the floor, left ears. Press into that right hand to twist. Maybe extend to that L shape. Maybe bind. Inhale that right arm back up if you were in the bind. Exhale it down. Inhale. Open back up. Bring those feet back in. So now we're back in that tabletop. I always like a little cat-cow if I'm in tabletop. So we inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and press the shoulders apart. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And from there, we're going to keep our toes tucked, sit back onto our heels, take the hands behind us, reaching for the floor, getting a gentle stretch through the top of the quadriceps. As you release, so like, you want to make the belly release. So we were holding the belly in kind of tight. So this is the one time I'll tell you not to draw the belly button to the spine. Just kind of relax. Maybe let the head fall back. And then lift the hips forward. And release. Another way that you can do that is called a camel pose. So my camel pose is the modified camel pose. I don't love back bends. So I'm going to take blocks on the outer edges of my feet. I want to make sure that my hips are aligned over the tops of my knees. I'm going to be nice and tall to start. Reach my hands to almost like it looks like I'm reaching into my back pockets. Roll my shoulder blades up, back, and down, and I start to lean back. But when I lean back, I don't want to lean back with my hips. My hips want to stay up. And then you can take and reach towards the heels or towards the blocks, opening up through the front side of the body, the quads. Inhale, come back up. And then we will rise up. I'm just gonna use my blocks to help me up. And we'll just do a simple quadricep stretch. So if you need to hold on to something for balance, you can. Otherwise, we're gonna shift our weight to the left side, bend that right knee, find the top of the right foot, really press the knee to be with the knee and the hip points to be even. So we're pressing the hips forward, stretching out the front side of that leg. Release it down, other side. So again, find that balance first. Put that weight on that right foot, draw that belly button in, find a spot on the floor that's not moving. Bend that left, sorry, clearly I'm better on one side than I am the other. Bend the left knee, find the top of the left foot, bring that knee in line with the right knee, open through the chest, press the hips forward, stretching through that left quadricep. I'm gonna blame the shoes, I feel like they're wobbly. Exhale, release. We can kick that forward. So we'll take that left foot forward, hinge, scoop and rise. Right foot forward, hinge, scoop and rise. Little gentle twist. And you're all done. Have a great day.